Hello again, yes, it's Ghost Critic back, and here's me sat down, so you know what time it's for. It's review time, and this week, again, another knockout pile of comics to get through, so let's crack on with that. There really wasn't a standout title this week, so there's no the best of, but there was some cracking reads, and I guess if I had to pick one, it would be this. I hope you can see that. This is Amazing Spider-Man 657. And I'm so glad I picked this series up now. That .1 issue, we've all complained, we've all thought, well, what was the point? But it was that issue that made me jump back on board with Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm certainly not going to look back. If Dan Slott keeps up this run of just knockout issue after knockout issue, they just blow me away every time I read them. I mean, this is basically a kind of Spider-Man's relationship with the Human Torch, and as we all know, he's now died. I'm not spoiling anything. If you don't know that by now, it's practically a month ago. Then you've been living under a rock. So you start reading it and you think this is going to be kind of like really hokey and cheesy. Basically what we have are, I guess, 3 self-contained stories, each told by one of the remaining Fantastic Four. So we have The Thing, we have Sue, and we have Reed Richards. And all the stories have Spider-Man in them as well. And it's just... the stories are so well told, and they're poignant, they're funny, they're emotional, and it's just that hokiness, that cheesiness, you forget about it. This is just it's kind of like a requiem to the life between Storm and Spider, because they had so much history. As the comic picks up, they were like brothers. You know, they mess around, they josh with each other, they're there for each other, they play tricks on other people together, but at the end of the day, they are brothers. And you know, I'm not going to lie here, those last 2 pages, lump in my throat, tears were welling up. I'm not joking. Dan Slott is the man to go to write a good story right now in Marvel. Forget Bendis, forget Brubaker, forget all those big names. Dan Slott, he's the man. And this was a nice stopgap between what's currently going on. But I am excited now to get the current storyline and Spidey without his powers, etc. You know, moving on, which is why it didn't quite get best of the week. Now here's a surprise. Never thought I'd be reviewing this, at least anytime soon, given what I'm about to hold up. Yes, it is Ultimate X number 4. We finally got it. And it is so hard to review this comic, because it's well over, it must be well over a year since we had number 3. I didn't bother catching up and reading the last 3 because, you know, the stories have been fairly insular because they're setting everything up. And here is no exception. Loeb introduces us to the ultimate version of, I guess, Firestar, and Teddy, who is the son of the Blob, and their backstory and how they join up with an X-team. And I say an X-team because let's see who turns up. It's, oh, what's his name? The speed one, Quicksilver. That was it. Quicksilver turns up after it's revealed that you know, Liz and Teddy are both mutants, and they have a decision to make. It's either they're not the X-Men, but you know, they are the X-Men Jean. You are creating a new X-Men, whether you like to think it or not. Or they have what looks like a new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I think we can kind of guess which way it's going to go. The story's okay. The whole high school shooting scenario was a bit tired, and it's been used before, but it kind of fitted the storyline as it was. And obviously we've got the Jean Grey in the background kind of story. Did feel that was a bit underused, you know. Jean could have gone in there a lot sooner, and you know, she obviously knew where they were, where Liz and Teddy were, and they could have stopped that whole scenario, but you know, drama and all that. But you know, this issue, you buy it for the artwork. Arthur Adams, you know, you just look at every page and you're like, your jaw just drops. It is a beautiful artwork. It's glorious to look at. You just keep going back into it and you see more and more. So detailed. You know, you've got that full spread of Teddy eating the burgers and all the characters around him. And all the characters, you can see, have their own personality. And they are there just for a frame. But you can see they're not generic faces. They all have their own characters, their own dress sense. And it just makes it more believable. I hope we don't have to wait another year for issue 5. And on to Zatanna number 11, and this wraps up the puppet story. Yes, it's a fun read. Yes, it's enjoyable and entertaining. And Dinny, he does really write a nice tight script, and puts a little bit of humour in there as well. But what this title is lacking is danger, tension. It gets kind of wrapped up pretty quickly. But still, it's been an interesting 3-issue arc. Would like to see more danger for Zatanna. I don't think this was particularly adventurous for her and pushing her anywhere. The artwork by Eagle and Sabal, it's very nice, it's very clever, and am I right in thinking when we see Mikey first come in pretending to be the slutty makeup artist, is that really a condom hanging out from underneath her hot pants? You boys are bad. Onwards, Black Panther, the Man Without Fear, number 516. And we've got another Spidey cameo here. He's come in to help out Black Panther, who, as usual, he doesn't want any help. He thinks he can do it all. And Spidey quickly reminds him, you know, Daredevil tried that. He didn't want anyone help. And, you know, look what happened to him. Again, it's another Liz is writing this really well. I'm enjoying it, despite the fact there's no Daredevil in it. Come back, Matt, all is forgiven. I'm not quite sure about the child abuse storyline, but given the title and its kind of gritty, kind of crime noir type feel to it, I suppose it does fit in. A little bit of a surprise at the end, but still good read. I'm still going to be picking this up. Every issue can't be top notch, and we have Jete Paolo on the artwork for this issue. Francovelli has taken a little bit of a rest, but he tweeted me and let me know he's coming back very, very soon. So Paolo's is still good artwork. He's still keeping to that gritty style, but I enjoy Francovelli's much more. Penultimate one, Green Arrow, number 10, and we get Galahad's backstory, and we know, I think we already realise he's just some ordinary schmo who's taken on this persona, and he has, you know, terrible death in his life that's caused him to become this Arthurian, I think I'm saying that right, kind of hero. And it's a good issue in the sense that you have this huge battle fight with Etrigan, and you've got lots of characters in there. Dr. Midnight turns up to help out, but this is really all about Galahad and his backstory and his future, really. And there's a very, very cool twist at the end. I won't spoil it because you might not have read it yet, but I am very, very interested in where this is going now. Took its time to, you know, kind of gather momentum, but this title, it's one to watch. And last but not least, it's Justice Society of America, and it's number 49. This current story arc, the Supertown story arc, started off so badly, and it was so close to me dropping this title. The artwork was hideous, the storyline was an original, and I really was upset with this, because I've had fun with Justice Society, much more than I ever had with Justice League, which has dropped and gone. But it picked up, it changed its artist to a degree, and it turned out really quite well. We've got the whole team back together. JLA All-Stars, I believe that title is being cancelled, so where are they going to go? They're going to go back into the main Justice Society, which is great. We have the wrap-up of the fight with Dr. Chaos and Scythe. It's all heroes on hand. And then we've got the clean-up job at the end, and it all gets tied in. There are lots of nice moments and future plot lines that you're like, I hope that gets picked up soon, no more so than, you know, Town of Monument's got secrets, there's been a mayor trying to hide them. And again, another kind of little twist at the end. A fun one this time, I guess. Not so much as a oh shit from Green Arrow. But still, I'm looking forward. It's issue 50 next month. I'm sure they'll bump the price up for that. No drawing the line at $2.99 there. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. It's been a long one, and you've had another video to watch as well, I hope. So this is me, Ghost Critic, signing out. As usual, rate, subscribe, comment. I'm so grateful for all the hits I've been getting lately. It has just surprised me. Every time I look and see how many views my videos have got, they seem to have gone up higher and higher, which, you know, is great news. It's always nice to get out there and people like what I'm doing. More comments though, guys and gals, if any gals are watching. So until next week, or maybe I've still got a Joe the Barbarian review to do, so that might be a mini pod. I might do that sometime over this weekend and post it a bit later in the week. Anyway, adios, this is Ghost Critic, and I'm gone.